morning. Welcome back to BT. A couple of issues on the go, most of them over on the westbound 401. So let's just jump right in. Westbound 401 through Meadowvale in the collectors. We have 2 left lanes blocked off, and that is all because of a collision. As you can see, we have emergency crews currently on the scene. A couple of tow trucks also here as well. And we are looking at a backup on the westbound 401 from about Port Union, both in the express and collector lane. So that's to the right of your screen. It is quite heavy as you approach that issue. And then we just have typical volume delays on the westbound 401, anywhere from about Nielsen all the way over to Kennedy, alternately express and collectors, Victoria Park express and collectors over to the DVP ramp. And then we run into this issue on the westbound 401 west of the 400 in the express, where we have the right shoulder blocked off with an issue. We have tow trucks currently on the scene, but no heavy delays moving by this issue right here. Surviving the Impossible podcast tells the true story of Nick Yaris, who spent 23 years on death row for a crime he didn't commit. Visit globalstorynetwork.com. That's a look at your drive now. Sending things over to Frankie for a look at that forecast.
Yeah, and with an area high pressure this morning, you will see the sun rise at 7:24. The high pressure sticks around, so you'll see that beautiful sunset at 6:44. That's about 11 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. We should be closer to about 15 degrees with morning temperatures around 5. We're pretty close to our morning temperature of about 7. So just like yesterday, a little bit of a light sweater required through the morning. We're at -6 in Calgary, 7 this morning into Winnipeg. 12 through Denver, 18 through Dallas, 11 in St. Louis. Today, very nice conditions, as I mentioned about that high pressure, worry-free. There is some light winds just outside of the city, and that also means that we have some fog patches on some of the roads, some of the 400 and 404. Watch out for that. So daytime highs today, 18, so that's a repeat of yesterday. A 5-degree overnight low, and then tomorrow, 16 is your high. So that's pretty much seasonal for this time of year. And then on Friday, we'll see the cloud cover build into the later part of the day, but mainly sunny in the morning. Winds out of the east and a high of 17. Nice stretch of weather continues. Now, a look at your news.
And we continue to follow this disturbing case out of Hamilton. Police, they are now releasing the name of a 14-year-old boy who was the city's 9th homicide of the year. 2 teenage suspects making a court appearance yesterday. They are charged with first-degree murder in his fatal stabbing.
Say to the victim's family tonight? No comment.
And that was from the father of one of the suspects, an 18-year-old boy. He was leaving the courthouse here in Hamilton yesterday. A 14-year-old boy has also been charged. The victim, 14-year-old Devin Selvey, who died after being fatally stabbed in front of his mother outside of Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School on Monday afternoon. 2 other suspects are now in custody, a 16-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy. They are being questioned. Hamilton police have not yet released if any charges will be laid. Police allege that the attack was not random.
We do believe that there's some element of pre-planning and premeditation to this homicide.
This entire incident is disturbing. It's difficult. It's difficult to comprehend right now, to be honest with you. I can't imagine the way the family feels right now.
Meanwhile, a candlelight vigil is planned for this evening to remember Devin, and police are also appealing for witnesses, anyone who may have information, to contact them. The case of a boy who was intentionally struck and killed in East York is now a first-degree murder investigation. Police have identified the victim as 16-year-old Matthew Drever, dying after being hit on Cedarvale Avenue on Monday. Investigators say the situation started a few blocks away near Woodbine and O'Connor when Drever and a friend came in contact with 2 men in a vehicle outside a Shoppers Drug Mart. The boys leaving on foot. The car then tracking them to Cedarvale, where the passenger got out to chase the boys before the driver allegedly hit the victim. Now, police are urging the suspects to turn themselves in. Toronto police have released surveillance video as they try and find a man who is accused of a sexual assault. The suspect meeting the alleged victim at a bar near Bloor and Ossington early last Friday. The pair then went to nearby Bickford Park, and that's where the woman alleges the attack happened. The suspect is described as being 5'8", between 25 and 35 years old, wore a red and white tracksuit, and spoke with an African accent. Police want to hear from you if you have any information in this case.